Welcome, everybody, once again to the Elite Report. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to highlight what I saw this week in Dynamite and Collision, what I think is worth watching. If you've missed those episodes, go back and give a look. Let's get right to it. So for Dynamite this week, honestly, I know Jose's going to love this too. My first point actually is just the broadcast trio of Taz, Shivani, and Excalibur. They're really starting to gel more and more. The banter does not seem as forced as it used to. That it jumped out to me this week. I don't know. People agree. People even care. I know Excalibur hate is real, and he's like one of the hardest working guys there. But anyway, that's my first point. That's what I think, at least. Tag team championship development. Of course, we've got the Outrunners are now the number one contenders to face the Hurt Syndicate at Revolution this Sunday. We'll briefly talk about that at the end of this. To take them on for the tag team championships. Thanks to a little bit of entrance music interference, they beat the Murder Machines. So the very tough looking jobbers. I mean, yeah. Sorry, Murder Hawk and which Cage? One of the mini cages. Brian Cage? Sure. Wolverine. You know who he is. Next up for Dynamite, it's really ramping up, and thanks to Prince Nana, he can do more than just dance. He is actually really raising the stakes for this match coming up between Ricochet and Swerve. And not only that, we've now learned that's going to be a number one contenders match for the AEW World Championship. So whoever doesn't get murdered during the Copeland Mox match, they get to face either Ricochet or Swerve. I'm assuming maybe all the way to All In Texas, but I don't know. That hasn't been figured out yet. Next up, the decimation of the Death Riders continues. I'm wondering if Death Riders haven't been landing as well as they've all wanted, and basically it's going to be Edge, Adam Copeland destroying them all. First, Pac was the first to fall with a very vicious concerto. Then we got 2 in one night on Dynamite. Claudio was next, thanks to Cope. A nice little concerto right to him. And as he was about to do the same to Marina Shafir, Willow came along and said, you know what, I'll take this one. So that's 2. The only one left is Yuta, everyone's favorite whipping boy, or at least the Death Rider's favorite whipping boy. And of course, Mox, actual fear in his eyes, which is something we almost never see. So yeah, there's only one left, Yuta. It's not looking good for you, buddy, and you still got a week left of shows. Then in our main event, Takeshita and Orange Cassidy. And remember, it's Happy Orange Cassidy. He's back. And it was a great match, fantastic match. Yes, Takeshita won, and he should have, but it was really good. So now it will be Takeshita and Kenny Omega at Revolution. It seemed pretty obvious because Takeshita is the current champion. It was really weird how this kind of tournament came about when you have Takeshita, the current champion, is in the tournament, and it was already decided that whoever wins this kind of tournament is going to face Omega. Weird booking, whatever. But we're getting a match we want to see, which is, of course, is Kenny Omega versus Takeshita for the international title, of course. So yeah, that was Dynamite this week. That's what stuck out for me there. Next up, let's just get right into Collision. And again, like I say, the last of the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta, he defeated Willie Mack. And of course, just to make sure his brainwashing stuck, Mox gave him a little pep talk, and he smacked Willie Mack with, I didn't mean to do that intentionally. Yes, he smacked Willie Mack with the briefcase that supposedly holds the title. We're not allowed to see anymore. We're not allowed to see anymore. Next, Tony Storm promo. Honestly, I'm not even going to talk about it. Go look at it. Pause this right now. Go find it. Watch it. It's fantastic. And so now this will be a Hollywood ending match, whatever that means, versus Mariah at Revolution. This is going to be the end of the feud, I assume, for a while. We'll see how that goes, but very, very much anticipated match anyway. But yeah, Tony Storm, man, she can do no wrong. Next up, a surprise little match. Actually, it was Daniel Garcia continuing to defend his TNT title, and it was against Adam Cole. Adam Cole, which number do we have him now? Let's see, there's one. I think we've got him as number 2. He's Adam number 2, yeah. It's hard, the rankings change sometimes. Surprisingly, a little banger of a match, actually. It did end Unfortunately, with interference between the infantry and Shane Taylor, somebody took them off on Ring of Honor, I guess. I don't know. I'm really bad at keeping up with Ring of Honor. So it was a great match that ended with interference. So it kind of keeps Daniel strong and keeping the title on him for the time being. But Cole's looking good. I think he's fine. His ankles seem okay. Next up, big match I was not expecting. Queen Aminata, who is really coming up and is getting better, actually went over Julia Hart. This was a really great match, and Aminata is looking better and better, more confident. Not that she didn't look confident before, but the skills are there. It was a really good match. Now that ended, of course, Brody King coming out to check on Julia, and Okada out of nowhere absolutely attacks Brody King. So I'm thinking we're running into a nice little program with Brody King and Okada next. There's nothing on Revolution yet. There's only 9 matches on Revolution, so who knows? We could still see 18 more matches added by the end of this week. We'll find out. But yeah, if that's even for the future post Revolution, build that up to even All in Texas. That'll be pretty good. And then finally, this was absolute complete shock. We might have discovered a tag team we didn't even know we needed or wanted, or in the most fantasy of fantasy bookings ever put these two together. Bandito and Powerhouse Hobbs, like the combo moves they were pulling out, it was very entertaining to watch. So there might be something there that they didn't realize they had. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Definitely watch that. Let me know what you think about that, because that was surprising, the stuff they were pulling off. And as far as I know, they've never worked together before, but all of their previous work history and career, I know I'm very ignorant of. So it could be something that I'm completely missing. So yeah, that's what we're talking about there. So that's it. That's the wrap up for Dynamite and Collision. That's what I saw was most interesting to me, what I wanted to point out. Again, let me know if you agree with any of that or if I'm completely off base. How come I didn't even mention Will Ospreay? Well, didn't do that much. It's him and Kyle Fletcher. It's going to be Steel Cage, but yeah, As for Revolution coming up, honestly, I want to see every match, even the pre-show, because Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe will be part of it. But yeah, right now, it looks like another very solid pay-per-view that I'm very interested in seeing. So join me, and whoever else from the Ring crew will be joining me to be doing that reaction live on Sunday, March 9th. Follow every little social media we've got down across the bottom there, ringside_heat, and we'll see you on Sunday. We'll see you Wednesday, and then Friday. There's stuff everywhere. We got it. But that's it, folks. That's it for this week. This has been the Elite Report. We'll see you next week.